October 15, 2021, 3 years after Mac Miller's passing, Faces by Mac Miller appeared on all streaming services after a long 6-year wait. Originally from 2015, the newly enhanced version of Faces stirred up Mac's fan base like never before. A year before that, Circles, Mac Miller's final project, was released to the public, a partner album with Swimming per se. Quote, "Swimming in circles was the concept." Since 2009, Mac Miller has released over 17 official albums, 30 singles, and appeared on a total of 76 tracks with his official feature. For the last couple years, Mac has always been on repeat for me, and today at Vortes Magazine, I'd like to explain why. The ingenious cigarette frenzy rapper, Mac Miller.
Can it just be easy? Why does everybody need me?
The Divine Feminine, an album by Mac Miller.
The Divine Feminine.
The Divine Feminine.
Mac's rap career began when he was 14. He released his first mixtape under the rap name Easy Mac, entitled But My Macking Ain't Easy.
Remember next December, but your name will go. My name remains rhymes sent to your brain. Intentions to stain these other cats resent and complain. My mind's
After that, the mixtape How High was released, which was a duo project with his childhood friend Ill Spoken. However, in 2009, once he changed his performance name to Mac Miller, his life changed. With the release of the Highlights and the Jukebox, he began to gain media attention on his so-called frat rap, and is in Live Free music video which gained millions of views on YouTube.
They gon' try and bring you down. Hate is what they do, but you gotta keep a smile. Stay up on your move, live free, live free, live free, live free, live free, live free, live free.
In 2010, he released his debut album Kids, kicking incredibly dope shit. Based on the cult classic Kids from 1995, Mac wanted this album to, quote, remembering when you were a kid and how that felt. The main success from Kids came from his YouTube channel. Mac was one of the first rappers to go viral on YouTube with his incredible YouTube run.
Ooh, I mean, that YouTube run?
Yeah.
Dog.
My best friends in the world is dude who's done 32 of my videos. You know, Ian Rex Era Wolfson, and like when I was 16, he was working on independent films. He just was like, yo, I'm down to shoot some videos. So like I was able to be on the internet with what looked like very professional videos.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At a young age.
It
so I'm
looked
blessed.
as if you had a huge backing.
Yeah, which, bro, like that's the thing is like, man, now I'm shooting videos and seeing budgets and I'm like, whoa. Back then, like we were making, you know what I mean? Like we were making everything for like $5,000, maybe. Not our money like I had rostrum, but like we
Right. But still. Very small budget.
Very small budget, but we made that shit look like
so legit.
$1 million bucks.
After that, Donald Trump, released in his 2011 mixtape Best Day Ever, was his first single to make him a statement name within the rap industry, getting over 170 million views on his YouTube video. Here, his new flow genuinely impressed other crowds, helping him break away from the so-called frat rap genre. In 2012, Mac went quiet for a while. Here he began to produce his 8th studio album, Watching Movies with the Sound Off. This album was a leap in Miller's career as he began to self-produce his own songs. Here, he self-produced a large chunk of the album with his alias Larry Fisherman. Quote, Mac was very self-conscious of his production on the album. The album was meant for longevity and not for the #1 charts. Miller estimated that he recorded over 400 songs during the process of making this album, where he recorded in the Sanctuary, his home studio in Los Angeles. In addition, this album contained features which has never seen a Mac Miller verse before. Miller said that Jay Electronica's verse would be the last addition to the album, as he'd received the verse only 2 hours before he was set to master the album.
You know, I went on a journey with it, like any record, and it took a long time for me to even figure out what it was. Because I think you get tied up in like, I need this song, you know, for this audience, or I need to touch this demographic, and you lose sight of the fact that you're making an album. And what I'm always trying to do is make something that you start at the beginning and want to listen all the way through.
Passing through time into more recent events, Swimming was released on the 8th of August 2018, just a month before his unfortunate death. Swimming was his proclaimed masterpiece, and in my opinion, an album which consumed Mac. It was a personal journey through his life and an experiment of what he wanted his music to actually sound like. Here, the mellow underwater sound he created expressed the emotions he's been feeling throughout his whole rap career, through his so-called high life. One song in particular stood out to me, the song 2009. It was genius, but not just the song was genius because of its impeccable live strings intro, Mac's crazy flow and storytelling, but it's because it reflects back where it all started, in 2009. Swimming isn't anywhere near what you would expect from Mac Miller compared to his mixtapes back in 2009. It dissects his life and his personal journey through music, and is truly a vulnerable album, which ultimately made it why it was the most impactful album to the date. All in all, Mac Miller was a self-conscious and perfectionist who judged himself in every way. His music was a blessing to him, an art form for himself and many around him. His musical abilities were unmatched, from teaching himself how to rap to playing the piano, guitar, bass, drums, trumpets, and much more. His unique inspired music from R&B to classic hip-hop of Puff Daddy and classical music, and his problems were basically a blessing. Time and time, he presented his flaws and insecurities to the world, making it maybe relatable but more interesting to hear through as we know so much about him personally. He self-manifested his whole career. He took the chances which weren't clear to him what he would get out of. For the respect of his life, I don't really want to get into his death, but we all miss him, and thanks for the honesty. It's truly a sad experience listening to Mac, and the thought that I personally will never listen to a Mac album once again for the first time. Thanks for all, and long live Malcom.
Once a day I rise, once a day I fall asleep with you. Once a day I try, but I can't find a single word. I wonder what they know. I wonder if they ever even cared at all. I wonder, do they see their own reflection in the rain and look away? Everybody keep rushing. Why aren't we taking our time? Every now and again, baby, I get high.